go along with Treasure's bad idea because she wanted to go to an all expenses paid trip to California. My mom's used to live in a certain lifestyle. She hasn't lived that lifestyle in years. She lost all of her money. It's broke. So, you know, she wanted to get this last hurrah in. Were you invited to go on the show? Definitely not, because I didn't even know what it was about. I didn't know. I was asking them when they told us that they were going to go. What are you guys going to go for? I'm thinking it's going to be for some real shit. Treasure is banned from every CVS in America. She's a middle school dropout. Such a hood rat. Sold fake hair online for high prices. Delivered fake weaves to people's home. But deliver weave to people's home. That was like bullshit quality dollar store hair for like $50 and stuff like that. She had people looking for her since then. Do you communicate with Treasure now? Not now. But I had spoken to her recently. She told me when she came back from Dr. Phil, and when this aired, she told me a little stuff about Dr. Phil and being on the set and how funny this was. So she still, yes, Treasure was caught shoplifting. I'm glad that you have exposed her. I think it's better to people know. Yep, I'm exposing all of them. My mom, my brother, and my sister. Yeah, they were flown out. That's why they went. 25. I'm 25 years old. Does Treasure have any black? All Treasure's friends are black. When she started acting like the way she does now. Treasure's always been a little type, like kind of like a little brat, but she was always a sweet little girl. It wasn't until my mom neglected her and left her, thrown her to the streets like how she does all her kids, that Treasure started acting like this. Who has custody of her? Treasure's on the run. She, CPS should, she should be in CPS care. My mom does not have custody of her. You should tell Dr. Phil what you know. Fuck Dr. Phil. I wonder if they're going to get in trouble now. They will, because I'm calling CPS tomorrow. They did not get paid for being on Dr. Phil. They just got paid with the all expenses paid trip and the food and, my mom got her teeth bleached. My mom got a free wig. That wig that she has on is a Vivica Fox wig she was bragging to me about. So, I was wondering, how do you feel about this whole situation? I feel like it's an embarrassment to my family. She has embarrassed our family so bad. Our family is so hurt and devastated, and everybody's talking about my mom. Like, why would she do this? Why? And what hurts me the most is seeing my dad's pictures. My dad was an older gentleman. Before he married my mom, he had a wife previously who passed away, and he already had kids, and they were all adults. And I know they're like so embarrassed that their father is being put out there like that too. So it's like I want to stick up for them. I want to stick up mostly for my dad and for my family, and then for my culture, because I'm a black woman and I'm a proud black woman. I always knew I was black, even though my dad was white. I just accepted him for him and me for me, and that's how it was in our house. How she get to A. I have no clue. I'm pretty sure. Dr. Phil, think about it. Dr. Phil did not do his research on my sister. So with Treasure having the last name as Richards, honestly, that's all they needed. That's all they wanted. Treasure is on the run for sure. But if, they're not going directly to CPS, and CPS kind of stopped looking because it's been years she's supposed to have been in jail. So Dr. Phil already didn't do his research, because you can see posts from my sister saying stuff about, Black Lives Matter and blah, blah, blah. If he didn't do his research on that, him and his people, then why would they do research seeing like, okay, is this girl legit? Like, is this her mother? That could have been her sister, and, she could have lied and said it was her mom. Dr. Phil's an asshole, yes. Treasure can't even vote yet. Shaking my head, no, she can't. Treasure is watching this right now. I don't give a fuck. I hope that little bitch is watching me. But she blocked me, so. CBS ain't shit anyway. Nope, definitely not in Detroit. But I can't say CBS ain't shit here, because it's like they tried. They looked, and my family would hide her. And I'm responsible for that too. I've hid her. Saying, oh, Treasure, they're here. Oh, Treasure, call your friends and go home. Like, go to their house, because CBS, We heard CPS. We saw CPS circling the house. Go upstairs and hide. Just be really quiet. So it's like they keep looking, and it's like they kind of gave up. I still don't understand how a girl can run her whole life for a trip to ruin her whole life. Exactly. Exactly. I'm 25. Girl, you seem to be doing well. I was out on my own. At 17, you can do it. Well, I'm 25 now, so yeah, I was out there on the streets when I was 15, so how do you know everything that happened? Because I'm Treasure's sister, and, you know, before this, she does tell me everything, because we are a close, tight-knit family. We all know everything about each other, but Treasure doesn't know that much about me, but because I'm her sister, I know a lot about her, like my personal stuff and shit like that. You look young for 25. Thank you. I started here. Why don't you like? I don't like that she's disgracing my father and her race and basically selling her soul. And by putting my father's name out there, making him seem like a white supremacist and talking so dog ass about black people. Especially as somebody who is an advocate for black beauty, I'm really into that. So it's like, I can't be active on social media. And then, hey Jayla. And then look at my sister, who I helped raise. I was there when Treasure was born. Treasure was born on the floor of our living room, watching and seeing this girl being called the Auntie Ruckus and Uncle Russ's sister. But I'm pro-black. I love black beauty. That's really hypocritical of me to not say anything at this point. She don't claim that she's black. Only for television. Fix of Jesus. I think Treasure has demons. I don't think she likes Jesus, because I just went on her Facebook, and on there you can see she said something. She's the second coming of Jesus. She's playing with some very serious issues now. She's doing this for clout, right? Yes. That's his name, Ruckus. Tell the story again. Well, what do you guys want to know specifically? My household, Treasure, me, like... Treasure was born on the floor of our living room, yes. I brung towels. I'm telling you, life stuff is getting hot. When y'all come into ATL. For what? Treasure's faking everything. She's a stupid bitch. Why is everybody asking me the same questions? Why is CPS looking for her? Because she has not been to school for years and she's underage. You can't be an underage person not going to school. So that's why. I'm a Christian. I've tried to help her in the past, but she does not want my help. She's already been thrown out to the wolves, and that's how she prefers. I'll forgive them if they're ready to come correct, yeah. Treasure 16, yeah, we've all been through a lot. All my mama's kids have been through some fucked up ass shit. Just being in that household with such an evil fucking person, yes. My mama was the evil bitch. This cut right here, this is from her when I was 8 years old. So yeah, like it was a fucked up ass household. So, does your mom and brother have an Instagram? My mom has Facebook. My brother has an Instagram, but he's not really active on it, I don't think. Why does your mom care if she goes? I don't understand that person. I feel bad for y'all. Okay, these are a lot of questions. Hold on. Having CPS take her would be helping. Treasure she needs to be, Treasure, honestly, if she gets taken away by CPS, here's the real reason why she's on the run. She will go to juvenile. She's a fugitive. So, she is a little stink-ass bitch. You should smell her room. I mean, I understand your sister doing this, on that shit. No one. She need an ass whooping. You know how many times I whooped that girl? It's her mama that need to whoop her, though, not me. I have kids of my own. Like a girl in a cage. No. She hasn't locked anything in a cage. Treasure's not strong enough. Maybe bipolar disorder. I think my mom is bipolar. I think there's something else snapping with her. I'm 25. Why does people keep asking me how old I am? I'm 25. I was born in 1993. Your mom was a thought in the 90s. My mom was a hoe, not a thought. A washed up hoe, because she hoed for a long time. So now all that pussy selling didn't really bring her much. To go on TV. Thank you. I really try to be gorgeous every day. When is your birthday? September 27th, 1993. Everything I'm saying is very valid, and it checks out. Look up Treasure Richards, Treasure Me Richards. My mom kind of gave her two middle names, Treasure Moon Richards and Treasure Me Richards. M.I. So it's like, my name is Nina Kimberly Richards. My mom's name is Monique Richards, Kendall Richards, you know. And I have more brothers and sisters than that, but some of them don't want to be involved. So it's like, I'm not even going to put them out there. No.
An idiot is calling.
I know a lot of people take issue with my beliefs. I'm white. I'm a Caucasian because everything about me is different from an African American. I have naturally straight hair. My hair isn't nappy. It doesn't require weave. My nose is not giant as like African Americans. My lips are perfect. They're not too big and they're not too small. They're just perfect. My ears, I don't have black people ears because they're really giant. Most African Americans speak ghetto. But when it comes to black people, I think they're all ugly and I have nothing in common with them. I'm different from African Americans because I'm white. My figure is just like Kim Kardashian, and she's a wonderful role model. I act and I think like a white person instead of a black person. I believe that I'm completely and utterly better than them. Like, we're on two different levels. Like, okay, African Americans are here, I'm here. White people act and think just way more mature than African Americans. Black people, they think in a criminal way. When I think about African Americans, I feel like asking them, what is wrong with them? They're really dangerous. If an African American is on the same street as I am, I'll cross the street to avoid their chaotic, thuggish ways.
Are you okay?
I'm irritated.
I'm sorry.
I just know that I'm white. I mean, she might not know that I'm white, but I know that I'm white. I can feel it through my veins. I feel it through my blood. I tell my mom I'll never be like any of those Negroes. My mom tries to criticize me about my supposed race. I tell her she's just ignorant. There's nothing wrong with my views or beliefs because I have freedom of speech and everything I'm saying is true.
Okay, Treasure, how are you this morning?
Pretty great. How are you?
I'm all right.
That's great.
Now, you've been listening to everything we've talked about so far,
Yes,
right?
I have.
And is there anything that your mom has said or told me about that's inaccurate, incomplete, or that you want to add something to?
Well, I mean, actually, yeah. You guys called me delusional earlier, and I feel like the only people
No, I did not call you delusional. I asked your mother if she thought you were delusional.
Yes, well, you asked her that question. I would like to clarify the fact that I am nowhere near delusional. I'm actually very capable and a very intelligent person, so.
Being delusional and being intelligent are not mutually exclusive.
Well, I feel like if you're being delusional, then you've got to be some type of retarded, and I'm not that.
Well, I have two things to say about that. Number one, that's absolutely just simply not the fact. And number two, using that word is very derogatory. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't use that word.
Yeah, well, okay, well, I'll understand, only because I'm a very respectful person. And if you wish that I don't use that word, then I most definitely won't use it.
Okay, appreciate that.
Okay, no problem.
When you say that you believe yourself to be Caucasian, tell me why you believe that to be true.
Well, I know I'm a Caucasian because when I wake up in the morning, I just have such a great life. and that my hair is so perfect, my skin isn't ugly, and I'm not fat also, which is also a really African American thing. So like, I'm just nowhere near like them, and plus they're so thug and criminal that I can't relate.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, that's just so riddled with ignorance, I don't even know how to respond.
Okay.
And I'm not saying it to be insulting. Ignorance doesn't mean lack of intelligence, it means lack of information. I think you're confusing the concept of race and ethnicity, because race is really biologically determined.
I know I'm biologically white. I feel it through my veins and through my blood. I don't just think I'm white. I know that I'm white.
And
there's no doubt in my mind.
Even though I have told you that your father was not your father and that you are actually African American?
You might be lying. I don't trust anything that anyone else says. I know that I'm white.
Ethnicity, on the other hand, has to do with whether or not you identify with a particular group in terms of their culture and practices, beliefs, religions, things that go along with that particular group, and that has nothing to do with race. Sometimes they can overlap, but not always.
Well, I feel like you're wrong. You're completely wrong. I know who I am, and I know my race, and I'm a proud white person. And there's nothing, I feel it through my brains, like it's literally in my blood. There's no way. I don't believe that I'm white. It's not my ethnicity.
Treasure, do you
It's my
accept
race.
Of this little girl saying that she's Caucasian and she's not black. Now, you just heard before this that her sister said her mother's been on the run from CPS, and y'all been fooled. It was all to get a free trip to Dr. Phil's show and stay in a hotel and get free food. Treasure's mom, Monique, thought that she was going to be famous like the Catch Me Outside girl. Now, everyone frowns upon this, but the Catch Me Outside girl was doing the same thing. And this comes down to white privilege. This is not a joke. For her mother, Monique Richardson, to allow her daughter to say and do these things really infuriates me. Just to be famous, I would say, I don't care about being famous. I'm on Tupac, fuck the fame, give me the money. Like, this is completely ridiculous. And she totally humiliated black people. Now, come to find out, her sister was saying that Treasure's just lying and all her friends are black just for money. What does money mean? Just because you have money, it doesn't make you better. And this is disgusting trash. Someone needs to call CPS on her mother. And it's just horrible that people would do whatever just to be on TV. Like, you sound very ignorant and y'all been fooled. It's all a hoax. I don't believe anything and everything that I hear on the idiot box. The media is meant for us to be stupid and dumbed down. And just to be 100, Dr. Phil is not even a real damn doctor, and he never once did a research to look up these people's background to see what's going on. This sounds super retarded. And like I said, we've been fooled. Shame on her damn mama. She should get her ass whooped for allowing her daughter to say that coonery and buffoonery shit. If I seen him, I would smack her mom in the face. But her sister exposed it for what it is. Like, I don't know. I don't think I will ever in life ever watch Dr. Phil again. He's not credible. The Dr. Phil I know is Dr. Phil Valentine, who teaches knowledge of self. This is ridiculous. And her sister should call CPS, or anybody else that knows this girl and her family should call CPS. This little heifer dropped out in middle school. What in the hell is wrong with people? This is very disgusting. Thank you for listening. Watch, share, and subscribe.